Hey, I'm Karen. Welcome to my channel, Creating Sanity. If you're a first-time visitor to my channel, I make videos about strategies and things that you can try to increase your sense of well-being, to build a more positive mindset, to increase your resilience, and to just generally have a more positive life. So if you're new here, welcome. It's really good to see you. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. It's really nice to know that you're here. Today we're going to talk about something that I think is really important. This is something that I've noticed for a long time, and I notice it everywhere, and I just noticed it today when I was walking in my little town in Massachusetts. And that is the lack of connection that we have with the people around us. And I can understand this. It's scary times. There's a lot of crazy people out there. I get it. People are shutting down and trying to keep themselves safe. I also see a lot of people who are seeking attention and doing things to like, look at me, look at me, look at me. And to, they're saying that they're lonely and they want attention and they're not getting attention. And I honestly don't think that that's the case. And this is my reasoning behind that, and some things that I've noticed over the years, as I mentioned earlier. The things that I've noticed is we no longer have eye contact. We don't look at the people around us. We have our eyes on a screen. We avoid looking at people. It's now really common to have conversations with somebody with the people facing in opposite directions. Or we talk to somebody and we're still looking at our screen. We connect with people through our eyes. So anyway, I started and I got sidetracked. I was mentioning that I noticed something today in my little town in Massachusetts. Today is Christmas Eve. And I walked into town and there's lots of hustle and bustle, lots of people. And as I walked down the street, the thing that I noticed, and this isn't different than any other time, is people don't look at you. People don't make eye contact with you. Now, one of the things that I do is like when I walk by somebody, I look at them. And if they look at me, I will say hello. I'm an introvert, so I'm not a really outgoing person. So it does take a lot for me to do that. But I will do that. And I was noticing all these people walking by, not looking. So finally I started to like go, okay, I'm just going to start saying Merry Christmas to people. Now, I'm not a practicing Christian. I'm a Buddhist. But as a child, I was brought up in the Christian faith. I was baptized a Protestant. But I believe in the spirit of Christmas, not what Christmas has become. I don't believe in having to take out a second mortgage to buy Christmas presents for everyone. And going completely over the top. I think just simple gifts to show that you care and you're thinking of the person. But I also do believe in saying Merry Christmas to people. It is Christmas Eve. It is that time of year. And I have had Jews and Muslims and Buddhists wish me a Merry Christmas on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, because it's that time for that. So I started to say Merry Christmas to people, and some people just walked by. Some people just didn't look at me, said Merry Christmas, and kept walking. But there were a couple of people where I went, Merry Christmas, and they looked at me, and we made eye contact, and we smiled, and the other person said Merry Christmas, and there was this instant of connection. And I felt it. When you look at somebody and you have that moment of connection, that need for attention isn't really a need for attention. It's a need for connection, because we are a community-oriented species. And we thrive on that, but with everybody sort of turning inward and shutting down and not really knowing how to connect with people anymore, we are seeing much higher rates of loneliness and of depression and this growing sense of not belonging. And it's because we are actually not allowing that to happen by not looking at people. So my wish for you this holiday season, though I want you to take this throughout the world, or throughout the year, and throughout the world. Let's start a movement. And you won't be seeing this video until after the holidays, after Christmas, and I guess it'll probably be posting on New Year's Eve. But maybe make a New Year's resolution for yourself of striving to make eye contact with people, looking at people, looking at the people, the cashiers at the grocery store. I started doing this during COVID. As I mentioned earlier a little bit, I'm an introvert. I'm not really outgoing. So the first 4 months or so of lockdown really didn't bother me. It was just like another day. But after a while, it really started to get to me, and I really started to get lonely, and I really missed that sense of connection. And I was like, what can I do? What can I do? And I was researching like things that I can do to feel more connected when you have to stay 6 feet away from everybody. And so I started an experiment, and the only people that I really had contact with from March until the end of August, when my school district opened back up, then I went back. But until that time, really the only time that I saw people was when I went to the grocery store. When I went to the barn to see my horse, I really wasn't running into people. And that was like the only thing that I really did to get me out of the house. But I started looking at the cashier in the eye, making eye contact, talking to them, smiling behind my mask, because your eyes smile. People know when you're smiling. Even if they can't see your mask, your eyes smile. And the level of my loneliness came way down, and I started to feel much more connected with the people that I was interacting with. And I have to say that I have fallen back in my old ways of like maybe not making as much eye contact as I should, because it can be uncomfortable, especially if you're an introvert like me. It can be really uncomfortable to make eye contact with people. But trust me, it's worth it. And I'm not talking about, doing the eagle stare and trying to stare somebody down, but just connecting even for a moment or two with the eye contact. And then you can look away, and then you can look back. And if eye contact makes you uncomfortable, that's a really good way to start. And to start practicing with a friend or a loved one that you really do feel comfortable with, and practice making the eye contact, looking at them. You will start to feel more connected. Because not only will you be seeing the other person, when they're looking at you, you will be seen, and you will have that feeling of being seen, which is so important. We all want to be seen. We want to be connected to another person. And so this is a really important thing. And when I'm walking down the street and people are like on their phones and they're not looking and watching what's going on around them and not looking at the people, it makes my heart hurt. It's like, it's just, when we do that, we're making the world a lonelier place for everyone. Now, I do understand, like, people in cities, they not looking at people is putting up their boundaries. But when you look at people, you get an idea of what's going on, and you can like intuitively feel if this person is safe to look at. If this person is looking like they're off, or they might be a little mentally unstable, then don't continue with eye contact. But just scan your environment for people, and watch what's going on around you. It's important because it'll help keep you safe, but it'll also help you to feel more connected with other people. And put down the phone, okay? It's, excuse me, I just got an eyelash in my eye. It's really important that we connect with people, not only for our own well-being, but for the well-being of others as well. So, in the spirit of Christmas, which I want to go throughout the year, which is the spirit of new beginnings and love and connection and family, take that out into the world every day. Be kind, be generous, and be connected. Until next time, take care of yourself, be well, and know that together we are creating sanity. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to tap the like button, leave me a comment, and please subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and it helps me out. It helps me with the algorithms, and it helps my videos to get pushed out to more people that this might help. And if you know of somebody who's been feeling lonely and has been feeling like they're disconnected, then share this video, and maybe it'll help them out as well. Thank you. Take care and be well. Bye-bye.